Hello there and welcome to Health Tips. We are so excited to dive into this information from Rikki James. She is a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus, and she is also I believe she's a Master Herbalist. I can't remember exactly her title, but a wealth of information when it comes to health tips. And I love the fact that she is passionate about Plexus products because Plexus products are all natural, plant-based, and phenomenal. But sometimes we need a little bit something different or extra. And Rikki James came up with this whole list of health tips for us. So I wanted to share them with you so that you can share them with others if somebody's going through detox, or they get the flu or a cold or something while they're on their Plexus products. And this might be that little something that just kind of helps them get through it quicker. Okay, so let's dive in here. We had a sick week here as a family, and I thought it would be a good time to share what we do when we get the flu or a virus. Did you know antibiotics do not discriminate and go in and wipe out all bacteria, good and bad, in your gut? Antibiotics should really be reserved for life-threatening situations. Most issues that antibiotics are used for, ears, sinus, bladder infections, or even acne, are a huge red flag that there's an overgrowth of bad bacteria. So antibiotics are only going to work short term. And in the long run, they're going to make things worse because they wipe out your probiotics, and your bad guys will really go wild in your gut. So with this overuse of antibiotics, we are creating superbugs that are becoming actually antibiotic resistant. And that is a scary place to be. One course, let me repeat that, one course of antibiotics damage the immune system and increases the likelihood of systematic inflammation, carcinogenesis, and oxidative stress in the gut. And the damage lasts as long as an entire year. Only one course of antibiotics increases your rate of depression within the next 12 months by 25%. And 2 courses or more of antibiotics increases the risk of major depression within the next 12 months by 60%. So there is a strong correlation between antibiotic use and mood disorders, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, all of that. There are seriously so many amazing and easy ways to avoid antibiotics and kick your sickness naturally. I'm going to list a few of my favorites, and you guys please share your favorite ways with all of us if you have something that I don't mention. Okay, first, let's talk about silver hydrosol, or structured silver. Can be used internally for throat, viruses, mouth issues, in the ear for ear infection, directly in the eyes for eye infection, can be sprayed in the nose for sinus infection, and externally, it can handle minor cuts and burns, all sorts of rashes, skin issues, and even acne. It can also be used in a nebulizer to quickly kill off a bronchial infection. Pretty crazy. Next is iodine. Iodine works in your body much like chlorine works in a pool by killing off bad bacteria. Iodine drops can be taken internally and applied externally. If you dilute it, it can be put in the ears for infection, on the pelvis for bladder or kidney infection, drop on your belly button for a stomach virus. Iodine is also extremely beneficial for your thyroid, which is nicknamed the spark plug in your body. Black seed oil can be used internally for any virus, bacteria, fungus, yeast, parasite, and externally can be diluted with coconut oil and used on tumors and rashes. I've also successfully used it on my breasts to quickly kick mastitis. Oil of oregano is very similar to black seed oil and can be used in the exact same way. So those two you could use the same. Garlic. Garlic can be made into an effective infection-killing tea by chopping and covering with hot water or hot tea, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice or ACV, which is apple cider vinegar, a pinch of cayenne and manuka honey to flavor it. You can also just chop the garlic and swallow with water like pills and drink the tea separately. Garlic can also be combined with coconut oil and made into drops for ear infections and made into a poultice on the chest for bronchial infections. That's like putting it on a cloth and kind of dampening it a little bit and placing it right on the chest. Manuka honey. This is a superfood. This can be used internally and externally on wounds, fungus, burns, and rashes. Manuka honey is amazing. It's one of my personal favorites. Hydrochloric acid is a fancy name for what is just a stomach acid supplement. It has been effective in killing off any and all infections and viruses. It's also powerful against cancer, and it kills candida. There are several articles on hydrochloric acid, and there's a link in the transcript of this. If you have taken antibiotics recently and you feel like crap and you need to recover, get some great probiotics. Vital Biome and Probio 5 are R2 and hydrochloric acid, and then give yourself some time to recover. It's going to take a bit to recover and heal your gut. You can also make a tea to help your body produce more hydrochloric acid. Let me make sure. Yep. Instead of purchasing supplements, it's very similar to the garlic tea above and is 1 to 2 tablespoons of that apple cider vinegar, local raw honey to taste, and a pinch of cayenne in warm water or herbal tea. Do this for 2 weeks, 30 minutes before 2 meals to dramatically improve your gut function after antibiotics, or if you have an issue producing the hydrochloric acid, HCl. If you are dealing with a really sore throat, clogged ears, or an ear infection, I suggest doing the 2 lymphatic drainage massage videos posted below, along with some of the info above. So pick one of the things we've just listed and work on that for inside, and then choose one of these videos and you can watch them. These are in the transcript. And she says, I have helped the most painful throat and ear aches within 40 minutes of getting the lymphs draining. You'll feel it right away. So there's a link to a YouTube video and you can watch how to do this lymphatic massage. All right, my favorite detox bath while fighting any sickness. 4 to 6 cups of Epsom salt. It's just magnesium sulfate, 32 to 64 fluid ounces of hydrogen peroxide, the 3% as you can find in a grocery store, 3% hydrogen peroxide, 2 to 4 tablespoons of ginger, fresh grated, preferably wrapped in a thin piece of cloth or in a tea bag. An old piece of nylon hose also works well to put in the ginger so that it's not floating in your bathtub. That is a great detox bath. Then elderberry syrup is so simple to make and so effective in boosting immunity and kicking the flu. There's a link here for elderberry syrup recipe. Check that out. D-mannose. D-mannose is a naturally occurring sugar, like what is found in cranberries, but it's much more concentrated. It sticks to the E. coli bacteria that most commonly causes a UTI, UTI stands for uterine traction infection. So it can be effectively rinsed out when you urinate. This is a miracle for those with reoccurring bladder infections. And it's called D-mannose. And there's a link here to Google on where you can purchase that. Okay, and monolaurin, it's a component of coconut oil. It boosts immunity and treats bacterial, viral, and fungal infections. It is super helpful for EBV, herpes, Lyme's, and many other types of infections. There's a link here as well, so you can go and check out monolaurin and see where you could purchase it. All right, that wraps up our health tips from Rikki James. Like I said, isn't that a powerhouse? Don't you feel empowered by all of those remedies? There really isn't a need to hop on antibiotics for something as common as an ear infection or a nasal infection, some type of ear, nose, and throat issue. So please take this to heart. Don't wipe out all of the bacteria in your gut, and pick something natural. See if it works and let us know how it works. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.